glove over here. All right, everybody. Oh, I guess I got to grab the old browser. Yeah, I don't even have my greetings for Twitch. I should just make the greetings. I got to stop customizing the greetings. They're not doing any benefit to me. They're not doing anything for me. Okay. Welcome to the Conformity Farm stream or video or however you're listening to this. Maybe it's a future podcast. I don't know. But today is March 5th, 2024. It is still the first quarter. Hold on. And here we are working on the work. And last night I did not stream. I'm actually, this stream's late. I'm supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but I came home kind of late. And so here we are, back on the big old boys. And I'm drawing stuff. And yeah, that's what we're doing today. So nothing new. Nothing new under the sun. Let me see. What's there to talk about? I guess the one thing is that you talk about things that are going on in the news. Because otherwise I talk about my personal stuff because sometimes I have friends who are watching and, I guess I could talk about that sometimes, but I don't want to. You know what I will talk about? I would like to shave all my hair off. And I mean that seriously. I do not want to maintain my hair for the next 2 months. I don't want to worry about it, think about it. I don't feel some type of way about my hairline. I just want to take it off. I don't want to have to worry about doing it. The next couple of months are going to be good. What if your dream is to be very ambitious and you try to put yourself in a position to do things that you believe is difficult and worth the effort? What if you get that thing and then you now have to be that thing, and part of being that thing is dealing with pressure, adversity, all these different things. It doesn't become easier. And I feel like that's kind of a thing that I'm dealing with right now. And the only way that I can kind of get to the next plateau is getting better and better at dealing with those things. And I can really only do it by improving myself. And what I notice is there's two different types of lives that can exist. There's the life that is completely professional, where you just wake up and you go and you go and you go. And then you can get so good at it that you can actually kind of pull back and live your life. But if you've never really been anybody, you're constantly in a situation to be that person. Like, you want to be somebody significant. You have to do it. You have to be it. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at, where it's like I have to keep cutting things out. But there are certain routines of mine that like I would love to just play sports all day. I really would. I don't mean that. I don't know. Maybe I should get back to that. Playing sports more often. I think I miss sports a lot. Where is my stylus? We need to start drawing. I'm not going to sit here and just ramble. That stuff isn't going to do anything for me. All right. I'm always worried that you guys can't see what's going on, but let's improve this composition, huh? These few drawings, I'm going to pull some out, and as I stream, here's the cool part. As I stream, you're actually looking at digital copy or image copy or whatever. These are the images that I'm going to throw up on the website and I'm going to use to promote the project and really take these drawings to these very detailed extremes. And obviously they'll be incorporated in the book as well. But I realized that I was kind of somewhere between doing, I don't know, I didn't feel like I had enough drawings that took it to this extreme. And so that's what I shall do. So I think this explosion over here can actually be placed somewhere else. This is a really cool looking thing. One of the big problems with a lot of the stuff I make is it's got charm to it, but it's always kind of boring. I'll say it. I don't mind. But it does. I mean, it brings a lot of things to the table. But it's a little boring. Well, what if we put more than one out here? Actually, make this one a little bit bigger. Ooh. Ooh, kind of like that, huh? Kind of have this problem. Well, that's not a problem. I just take my time with making creative decisions. Also, we gotta get these sizes right. So let's kind of make them a lot smaller over here. Be a little more consistent with the size and the depth. I like what I did here with the with this explosion cloud. Got these big. Oops. Oh, also I kind of got this little army up here. So we kind of got this going on over here. Yeah, I haven't really decided on the weapon either. That's not good. we at here? Never really looked into explosions and how explosions develop. I should be learning that. Get some detail on these mountains. You know, I was watching Meat Canyon's art stream not too long ago. He ain't even saying shit. He wasn't saying nothing. So, I don't know. Made me feel a little bit better about my approach. I've never wanted to talk while I was drawing. I think that, like, drawing was always something I did, like, when I was supposed to be doing schoolwork. I remember one time I was drawing a sketch during math class, and the teacher, I think it was 7th grade. So that's 7th grade is kind of where they start to try to transition closer to college, like where she's teaching, you come into the class on your own, that whole thing. And I'm doing a sketch. This teacher liked me. I don't remember her name, but she was pretty cool to me, and I did well in her class. You know what she did that really changed everything? I'd actually like to get this story down. So to anybody who's here on the stream, you get to hear the original story. No, it's a real life story, true life story, true life Conformity Farm. There was this teacher I had in junior high, at DeVoe Junior High, and it was Algebra A. So it was determined while I was in elementary school that my math skills were not premium chops, and that algebra should be taught to me within 2 different years. So, and actually these aspects of my mathematical education kind of play into the same kind of thing, which is like, basically I've just been doing algebra my whole life for the most part, which algebra goes pretty far. There's a lot of algebra and calculus. So it's not like people weren't trying to set me up for failure or anything, but anyway, yeah, I ended up in this class, and while I was drawing a sketch of like this skull inside of this Grim Reaper type of like outfit, no reference, just straight up just sketching it on lined paper, on college ruled paper, because I could do it like that back then. And she comes over with a pen and just writes the word no on my paper. And so, I just got very sheepish, and, there's a rule, never outshine the master. It's like one of the key rules with persuasion, that sometimes you're in environments where you are not the one, and you need to recognize the one. Now, it might be that you're at someone else's home. That's a big one. Kind of sad that it took me so long to learn those types of rules. Just being very obtuse, being very feral. I would say that a lot of my behaviors growing up as an adult have been very feral. And I wish I was kidding. But you learn, you live and learn. You don't be one of those people you go, well, I don't. But anyway, so here's a cool story. I don't know if it's cool or not. I've never told it out loud. But so growing up, I didn't actually, like in grade school and stuff like that, I didn't actually get very good of grades. Like the family I grew up in was not, education was not a primary focus. It was, nobody was like against intelligence, but ultimately nobody really had invested in that too much. So they didn't really make a case for it. They focused on other things, generally themselves. What was I going to say? Oh, so there was a fundamental aspect that I didn't know that was causing my grades to be bad growing up, which was that if you don't turn in an assignment, you get a 0. Now, having said that, I always thought in my head, like I had this general kind of thought in my head, like, okay, I did all right on this thing. I can kind of take it back a little bit, not realizing that a 0 absolutely devastates your average. I didn't know that. I hadn't been spending time doing averages. And this teacher, what she did was, part of the math class was that you actually had to come out with your grade. So she had these folders in the class for every student, and you would go and you would get your tests back and things like that. And then you would go into the folder, you would put your grade in, and then you would use an calculator to calculate your grade. And once I did that, I realized that getting an F was way better than getting a 0, or literally getting anything. And I just didn't know that. I didn't know it. It hadn't been brought up. I mean, I just, I felt like there was some room to be slacker a little bit, and I never did that. And so a lot of people think there was a fundamental shift in my grades when I got to high school. I started getting on the honor roll on a regular basis, and it wasn't super hard, but just the mentality. I mean, you still have to have the mentality to get that regardless. Like, it's like, oh, I'm going to do really well with this, whatever. And a lot of people thought, my parents thought like, wow, he started doing well when he got into high school. And I really think that teacher had a huge amount of credit just because of my approach to school. And think about how many of those things exist in your life if people don't teach them to you. Specifically on how numbers affect our life. And the ability to calculate numbers is pivotal in the ability to have control over your own life. It's literally been the largest barrier for entry, I would say. If you just, you don't understand these small nuances to finance and calculations of time and life, or once you start like trading your time for money, you're in a tough spot. Listen, I'm doing that right now, but I'd like to think that I got a better handle on it. But that's a tough thing, because all of a sudden, here's the thing. What if you give your time for money, and then you just spend the money on sugary treats and nights out and things like that? Oh, that could be devastating. Don't do that. Seriously, don't do that. Sugar treats. So I like making this graphic novel, and I liked making this graphic novel series, but I do believe that it would be more satisfying for me to do animation. And so once the book's done, a Conformity Farm exclusive, I'm going to stop doing stills. Well, I'll still do stills. I'll just do a higher number of them at a much lower render rate. So that's the reason why I'm kind of jumping into, diving into the book more. I was thinking about streaming in the morning. Maybe I could stream an hour or less than an hour or something like that in the morning. And then in the evening, I could either do this or I could learn Blender, because I'm not having enough time to do everything that I want, which is very frustrating. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of animation going on at my company. And I just think it's time for me to stretch my wings in the animation world. And I think with a lot of things that are going on in technology right now, that production is getting cheaper and cheaper. And it's time for us to really, us as in my many personalities. I don't know why my voice goes up when I'm online. I would do much better if I just kept a deeper voice. I don't know what caused it. It's interesting. I don't know. I don't know what caused my voice to go up. I wonder if it's a cultural thing. Like just being around thespians and everyone's fabulous. Can't even do it. Fabulous. Dang. Gay. My brother called me once, and the first thing he said, he's like, what are you doing? Tanning? You in a tanning bed right now? I'm like, yeah, I'm tanning. But that was pretty funny. You tanning? My brother's always trying to roast me. Yeah, I just parry it with kindness, like, whatcha, 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 whatcha. I never thought that a kid like me could get picked on by his little brother. Ever. All right, so we add a little bit to this. I think I can merge these layers now. Let's see what we got. All right, we're getting there. Put some more into these mountains, I guess, and then drop the opacity down. And then once I get the detail in for the rest of these, I could add color. I wonder if maybe we can kind of get something like this, and then maybe put another window. I have a feeling we're going like this with this perspective here. So we got cannons in a window to prepare for a war that never came, that just came. Maybe what we'll do is let's merge these down. Merge Simpson. And then let's, oh, I feel weird about shrinking these. Yeah, and I think building the lore is important. You can't get a lot of drawings like this business-wise, even with like, I mean, unless you're in the actual comic book business. Business ethics. There's a good one. Let's get back to the Charta. This is one that needs some renderings. Also, it might be time to light this. So let's do a lighting. So let's go around like this. We'll say it's something like wow, whoosh. Do the as you would say, the Frank Frazetta style, which is where he does 1/3 kind of thing and then does the spherical lighting. It's basically the standard nowadays for Is that the way this would go, or would it be more like this? Shadows do make a big difference, though. All in favor of shadows, press 1 in the chat. Looks like no one likes shadows. Dang. Dang, no one likes shadows. Juan. Drew D. I don't know no Drew D. I know about McGruff, but I don't know about no Drew D. Juan. Oh, that's the number Juan. I see what you did there. Juan 2 3. The phone go green. I pink it up. I say yellow. Is that you? It's the funniest joke I've ever heard in my life. 1. Someone loves shadows. I had a dog named Shadow, and I love Shadow very much. I think it's time for me to have another pet because I love my pets very much. That's the reason why I don't have a pet, which is that I'm worried that I won't be able to step up to the responsibility because I take it so seriously. You know, I am this trope about men, which is I try to avoid commitment. And we get insulted for it. We get insulted. Someone needs to be a men's rights activist. No one would think you were douchey if you did that. You should just do that, bro. Come on, bro. Go online and make that your whole personality. Come on, bro. Come on. Do it, bro. Like, what? Why not? All right, I guess I could get into Charta a little bit more and get these details here. I do these really... It's time to detail the hell up with this. I guess I could make everything... Oh, I hear a ringing in my ears. Oh, no. We're ringing in my ears. All right, let's dive into this. Let's just get these pillows taken care of. These all have to individually be good. if this is going to be digital copy, I don't know why I say it that way. Sometimes there is no, or I don't know the industry term for something, so I say my own thing. And the nice thing in the art world is that if people accept you as a creative, they'll let you make those statements. But if you're in like another industry, like, you know, people will call you out for not knowing the terminology. Get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. I don't know if that's funny. So let's put this over here. This might be funnier. Get in where you fit in. Whoops. Okay, so each one of these bad boys, we're going to do them right? So that when people look, they can see the detail. And you might say, but TJ, that's so much freaking work. Like what? And I say to you, sir and or ma'am, is it really? I didn't realize. It was so much freaking work. You know what's really giving me a lot of pep in my step on my comic book is the fact that this is going to be the last comic book I do for a while. Probably for years. I may never do comic books again. This may be just this short stint that I did. And I did a series of graphic novels. And I may never do graphic novels again. So that's another thing, too. These are so rare. You know, you should probably buy 10. Someone actually did buy, like, a lot of them from me. A lot of the people who have bought them have bought many of them. There was a guy who was buying them from the comic book shop. And it was because he thinks that I'm an up-and-coming creative, and he wants these first editions, and he wants to own them. And I've yet to meet the fella, but I left him a note and thanked him. I'd be happy to sign the book. At least one of them. All right, so we got this guy. We also want to outline these characters. Want to really get a premium aspect to this. I've been kind of, what's interesting now is like I'm going to lean into craft more for the rest of this book. And I want to get done by the end of the month, which we have, I need my glasses to see. How many days left? Ooh, like 24 days? Oh my God. I should do some sort of countdown for the 24 days. Got a lot of work to do. I basically just have to nonstop work for the next month. And that may not even do it, but we want to try to get there. Let's maybe do some... Oh, the other thing too is that every single character needs to be outlined so that you can make out the detail. I wonder if that's necessary for this. Maybe we just focus on the outlines for Charta. Let's get some Charta work done, huh? Why don't we get in here and start doing some detail on our bad boy? He's such a bad frog. What a bad frog he is. He's like one of the worst frogs I ever freaking heard of. I even freaking heard of this freaking frog. See, this is why I can live alone forever. I can make myself laugh. Right? That's right. I'm also answering myself. I'm officially crazy. I'm a crazy man. I don't mind being a freaking crazy man. You mind being a freaking crazy man? I did like a really, really long stream a few days ago, and it got tagged. Or whatever it is. They took it down. It was such a bummer, because it was a pretty productive one. But alas... is something that people say in this situation. Not sure what it means, but alas. A lasso. I think it could be a lot of things. I should watch some David, is it David Lynch? David Finch? Something like that. There's a comic book artist who's really good with lighting, and I like a lot of his style, and I feel like I'm drawing better now that I know that the book has an end in sight. Whoa. Ooh, look who it be. Check, 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 check. Ooh. Uh-oh. I might have to Oh, shoot. No mic. Sorry about that. Wasn't even paying attention. I told some really awesome stories, too. That was probably the best streaming I've ever done. That makes sense. Things are always going that way. No. That's heartbreaking. Broken heart alert. Broken heart alert. Broken heart alert. Oh, I'm so funny. I think the other thing that slows me down is the indecision. This is actually new metal AI. I definitely have to get a pose for this guy. We can get these calves done though. Get these calves did. Let's maybe redo this belly he's got going here. Redo the charter belly. Ooh. I kind of like this charter belly redoing. Redoing this charter belly. Yeah, this works pretty well actually. How am I supposed to make my stuff less boring? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, well, my perspective is improving. I will say that. I wonder if... I don't know. number one. Fight. First rule in Juan Club. Wonder if I can make a spot here. Oh, that worked pretty well, actually. Gotta get rid of these big old boys right here. It's throwing everything off. All right. These drawings are finally starting to come together. Come together, these drawings, right freaking now. All right. Cool. This is basically one of the coolest drawings to ever get consumed by the intrawebs. And the interesting thing is, I have not done a digital version of my book. Therefore, the AI hasn't really been able to get its greasy, slimy, digital hands on my work yet. But also, one of my secret plans to avoid AI is to never make any projects, to never finish anything, and the AI will never freaking see it coming. Literally. That's my trick. I'm just not going to do anything. That'll show them. No, I'm actually very excited for the AI. I hear a lot of cynicism from that aspect, and I just don't think it makes any sense. You gotta evolve with the times. Ooh, wonder if part of this shadow will be determined by the closest mud pillar, like this, and like this, like this, and like this. Oh, freaking yeah. Freaking yeah, right. Freaking yeah. Because the other thing, too, is doing the animation, I actually have some really cool voices that I do that I don't really flex on. Like there's the voice where I do the voice of an ant, pretty easy. Hey, TJ, it's your aunt. There's that one. Or my impression of a dolphin. I'm going to slay. People are going to be blown away. They're just going to think they're watching literal videos of dolphins in cartoon form. And people are going to, Dorothy, honey, come in here. Stop washing the dishes. Watch what I found on YouTube on Conformity Farm. And she's going to say, Daryl, I'm leaving you. And then he's going to be like, why? She's like, because you just watched these Conformity Farm cartoons. And he's going to say, you know what? These Conformity Farm cartoons are more important to me than you ever will be. And then at that point, we'd have to acknowledge that this guy's just not prioritizing his life correctly. But maybe he'll be a patron, on Patreon. That could be, it could happen. It can absolutely happen. What a deep voice you have. Never be content? Is it content or content? Woo. 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 Dang it. People don't agree with me. People's arguments are... I'm really surprised. I appreciate people who try to make arguments. Because why not? Whatever. But, why not? Because, why not? I'm starting to realize, I'm not being that clear. Talk ban? U.S. Colonel leaks secrets online. I'm not reading about that. Because I don't want to know the military secrets. Because what if I'm getting spied on myself? I don't want to stop the American empire from expanding. New TikTok ban threat. A bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced legislation that would ban TikTok unless its parent company, ByteDance, sells it. Wow. The bill would give ByteDance 165 days to sell TikTok or face a ban. App stores would be forbidden from distributing it and web hosting services of supporting it. The bill would also give the president new power to ban or restrict apps that are controlled by or based in China, Russia, North Korea, or Iran. TikTok called the legislation an outright ban and predicted it would harm users and U.S. businesses. Not sure why that is. Haiti crisis deepens. Oh no, the Haitians are in trouble? Frick. The whereabouts of Haiti's prime minister are unknown. Oh my goodness. As armed gangs clash with Haiti's security forces in its capital. Wow. Haiti, the America's poorest country, is nearly a failed state. Gangs control most of the country, including much of its capital, Port-au-Prince. Late last month, its acting prime minister embarked on an international tour to drum up support for a multinational force to restore order in Haiti. Man, that's a weird situation. Asking the rest of the world to come and defend you and your country. Since then, Since then, gangs have freed 5,000 prisoners, raided the main airport, and clashed with police. The military has been called up to support police. All right. Interesting. Oh, wow. Man, I do like Fila brand stuff, but I never buy. I don't think I've bought any Fila stuff since I've been an adult. If I have, it's been quite a while. Whoa. University of Chicago. Look at that, doing some DP stuff. People out here slaying it. Here I am with the new sculptures from the Todd McFarlane Library. Ooh, that's dope. Man, these McFarlane sculptors do some really awesome stuff. How to succeed as a writer in just 783 easy steps. Oh, okay, cool. Man, people are on here getting jacked on Instagram. Let's see, what else do I got going on? Let me check. I just got to check my digital stuff real quick, because things move like that. This will be my last phone check of the night before I set up for my alarm, and then maybe I'll get up in the morning. I'd like to stream in the morning. How am I going to approach? I gotta give Conformity Farm a light facelift. You know, with the facelift, what you do is you cut some of the face and then you pull it back and stitch it. I don't know what the equivalent of that would be, but it's so funny. Let's see. And then, anybody see that crypto's running? I guess there's like 3 billionaire wallets moved to Shiba Inu. So some serious whales. So I think that, I'm not going to turn this into a cryptocurrency channel, but I do like to talk about finance in a sense of, or talk about investing. And when you're trying to get more money on hand, taking riskier speculative opportunities is a good way to get more money in your pocket, but also the latter, which is get even more money in your pocket. Oh, that's some cool stuff. What is this? Spidey fastball. Where are we at? Here, excuse me. This is a quarter to 9. I started a half hour late, so really. Oh, wait, no, it's not a quarter to 9. It's a quarter to 10. So I already did my hour, but I think I got to keep going. Life rant. All right. Man, I'm listening to some kid cry on here. I can't do it, bro. I see where he's coming from though. This guy's crying. He's saying that, that whenever he has the opportunity, he gives, and he's very generous, and he gives a lot away, and then when he's not doing well, nobody helps him. And you know, I think that one of those how do I say this? How do I say this? Yeah, it is sad, that aspect, but it's also, you have to realize when you're being selfless, like that's part of it. The novelty of it, the idea that you've inspired, or that someone will give you a payback, give back, is it's an unrealistic expectation for how other people see life. And so if you have an enlightened approach, well, you also have to make sure that you're good by yourself, because otherwise you're no good to other people. That's an interesting one. That's a big mental health one too. People who are such people pleasers that they put more emphasis on making other people happy, and there's nothing left by the time everyone gets what they requested. That's a really dangerous one. I have a really good friend who's kind of got a similar situation where, like this, where he does what he's told at his job, and his brother had something similar too, but they take everything out of him, and there's nothing left. But the job's never going to go, hey, let's make sure this guy's okay. They're just not. It's just not going to go that way. So the only way that you can get healthy decisions on your behalf, more money, better environment, is if you fight for it and you're loud. No one's going to go and just automatically give it to you. You have to create the circumstances for it and demand it. And then if you're worth it, then you'll get it. But you don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. All right. So maybe we can put another one of these guys in here. Excuse me. I like heavy metal. Come on, man. Check, check, check. Okay. Gotta make sure my mic works. Didn't realize I'm gonna have to check all that stuff. I'm excited to invest in my media more. It's the future. Social media ain't going nowhere. It's so powerful. They're making legislation about it. I mean, it just is what it is. It's just so influential. I think we can crush this now. Oh shit, his belly was redone and I didn't. Dang. That's alright. We'll come back to it. Just gotta make sure these paws are always facing down. We're getting there. I mean, this is actually, I should really, by the next drawing session, I should get to a place where it's like, this is, nah, don't do that. I was going to say, I'm going to get it to a place where it's, like I could technically release it, but I think I should just keep my eyes on the prize. Don't try to finish it too soon. Yeah, no more hanging arms. We gotta, or extended arms. People's arguments are nuts. All right, so let's see. Let's say that we go almost black with this, right? Let's live a little. I actually think that's a little bit closer to what we want. I don't know. Where are we at here? 10 o'clock. I'm torn. I am torn on how to approach this. I don't know. Hey, let's test some colors, huh? See how this would look. Let's pretend that we're building the palette for this, right? So we'd say this. Oops. This. This, maybe like this. God bless it. This. And what's the opposite of that? I think it's the red, right? So could do this one. There we go. Let's try to do it with this palette, huh? So we'll do this for the mud pillows. Let's just see how it looks. Do a little bit of experimenting. I'm not quite ready to to hang it up for the night. Just to get a feel for what we might end up with. These colors do a lot too. All right, not bad, not bad. Maybe drop the opacity on it. Not too bad, gives it some texture though. And then let's maybe do a full green on this bad boy. Oh yeah, this is gonna look good. Oh, maybe that's a highlight or something. Yeah, it's not bad. Maybe we drop this down a little bit. I'm surprised that doesn't go all the way down. Is there a 0 out? Oh, probably because this has a layer underneath it. Okay. And then where do we put the red? I'm not really sure. Maybe here. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. And those shadows really pull it together too. And maybe we can do some spots on them. Spot, 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 spot. That's not too bad. I like how this looks. All right, so that's an interesting one. Let's take a look at our other drawing, see if we can come up with a palette for this. So I would say this palette is probably something similar. The red. Do I have a mother freaking color wheel? Excuse me. Sorry. Burping here. Where is my color wheel? Where is my color wheel? It should be within arm's reach at all today, Junior. Where did I put that? Man, the mail never stops coming. The email or the letter in the mail. I guess when I die, it'll stop. Because then I'll stop consuming things that need a letter. I think we're in here, maybe? There you are. Cool. So, what would we say this war kind of color scheme is? Let's go with, I'm going to go with red. Let's go extreme. I'm going for it. All right, let's see what we got here. So let's go for the red, highlighter red. Okay, we're going to do the classic hardcore red. Okay, see how this turns out. Then we're going to go ahead and condition that red over here. We'll do a real light version of the red, like this. And then we'll pick another layer, which is like kind of the dirtier red. Maybe a little bit down here. Go like that. And then the next one would be a stronger red, but with the dirtier. It'll go like that. Okay, interesting. And then the exact opposite would be the green. So let's grab that green, which is more of that green's kind of a little bit closer to blue, but we'll go just straight up, bam. This is the next one, and then let's work on that green too, or that green a little bit. Maybe do one more in that family. All right, let's see if we can get something. And I actually think that we can squeak in some yellow, but let's just check out some large swaths of space with these colors. See if we get anything out of this. All right, so the base of the building, we're gonna go ahead and give it this kind of color here. Let's say we do like this. Just see how it comes out. Okay, so we got a little bit of that. And then maybe we'll kind of create more shadow with this red. Okay, that works. Kind of like this. And then maybe we'll go real light with the explosions here. Okay, not bad. Maybe we'll highlight it with white. Okay, this is an interesting style. This is a good way to do it when I don't have a colorist. It's a good way to work through this stuff. Color's powerful. It's quite powerful. It's quite powerful. Oh, the power of color. All right, well, let's go ahead and snag these. Create that out of this. The general mud pillow vibe. Let's see what we get. Bam. Okay, we got something going. And then maybe we could do something with this guy here. Could say bam. No, it's not. Don't be stupid. Stop be stupid. We'll really lighten it up a little bit though. Like that. And maybe the red, we'll do these explosions in that red. See, I'm still learning. Not bad. It's got something to it. Let's use this green, and then we're going to do the final kind of major macro layer, which is these mountains back here. I'm going to go ahead and do it with this dark hunter green, and then I'm going to drop the opacity and get an idea of what this composition is going to turn into, and maybe if I want to go a different route. But yeah, let's drop this down a little bit. I almost feel like this should be blue, though. Maybe we can complement it with a greenish blue. I actually think this will work pretty good. Cool. Yeah, we're getting there. Also, I think the mountains were already kind of like an orangish brown, so I might have to look at another reference, but I do like where this drawing's going. I don't know. But that is enough for tonight. I'll try to get up early, even though it's getting kind of late. Try to get up early, and I'll start doing some sketching in the morning. Maybe. I don't want to make any promises. You know, Uncle Timmy sometimes lets people down, and it's not a good look, bucko. But thanks for hanging out, folks. Obviously, this will be on YouTube, as long as the AI doesn't call out copyright infringement. This is actually going to be the first moments before I do what I want to do. I want to go to bed. All right, y'all. Have a good evening. Be good.